She's a Horn Lake police officer by trade who, after keeping order, likes to cause a little chaos in the cage. Amberlynn Orr is one of the top female amateur MMA fighters in the Southeast and is hoping to become a household name in the sport once she turns professional. Orr is the current V3 Fights Bantamweight champion, having started in the sport back in late 2010. For 6 days a week, often twice a day, Orr heads into Fisher's Bang Gym in Horn Lake, where she works to get better. One of her coaches happens to be a professional fighter, Thomas Vasquez, who is also Orr's boyfriend. While Vasquez has carved out his own successful career, he has assisted in Orr's blossoming career. Now Amberlynn is ready to strike, as I found out when I recently sat down and spoke to her at her home gym. Amberlynn, what is it about MMA you love so much?
Everything. The mental aspect of it, the physical aspect of it. You know, it's the ultimate test for your skill set to see where you're at.
When did you get into this?
About 4 years ago, I was managing a gym when I was 17, and you know, I wasn't getting the workout that I really wanted, so I heard about Bang Gym and I came in here and tried it and fell in love, and been that way ever since.
All right, there's a big difference between working out, staying in shape, you're obviously in great shape, and then fighting. Going in there and actually beating up an opponent and trying not to be beaten up yourself. There's a big difference in that. So what intrigued you about that, going in there and, you know, hopefully not messing up that lovely face?
Yeah, like when I started, you know, like I came here for the physical aspect of it. I wanted to get in better shape, and then I started seeing the fighters, and we're like a family in here. So it was just something that, you know, I saw them doing. I was like, man, I want to try that. I think I'd be good at it. And like I said, it's the ultimate test for your skill. You know, you can come in here and you can spar and you can roll, but if you're doing that still against someone who's trying to help you out in here, you know, like I said, we're a family. We try to help each other out. But when you're in the ring, you're doing it against an unwilling opponent. So it's the ultimate test.
4 years later, after you start, you're a champion. You've been a champion now for quite some time. You've had 3 defenses of your title. You've had 2 different titles at times. You've established yourself as one of the top female MMA fighters in the Southeast, and will be moving on eventually to the professional ranks. Would you have ever believed when you started you would get this far?
I had no idea. I was just going in blind, and you know, I tried it and I was like, man, you know, this is something I want to be really, really good at. And you know, I've put in the time and I've put in the work, and I train hours and hours on end every day with, you know, the best gym. And like I said, we push each other, we help each other, and I've got where I'm at today because of my gym. What
are your strengths, and what are some areas you need to work on to get better?
I'd say my strength, of course, is, you know, maybe from the clinch and the ground game. You know, we do a lot of karate here too, and that's something that I would say that I'm pretty good at. I just haven't demonstrated that in the cage yet. So I think everyone kind of has a false information about what they think I can do and what they think I can't do. You know, I get in the cage and for some reason I just want to grapple, but I've got some stand-up skills too, and that's, you know, what I'm looking to demonstrate and looking to show in my next few fights.
Give me a typical workout here at Fisher's Bang Gym.
Oh Lord. Well, we start off with the kids karate class, and we also have just introduced a new jiu-jitsu program to our school as well. We're affiliated with RCJ Machado Jiu-Jitsu. They're based out of Dallas. Carlos Machado is who we get our rank from. So we just brought that in. We're starting the kids class with that, and we also have an adult beginner class. So that's a huge part of our workout regimen. Then besides that, we of course do strength and conditioning. We also have you know, our stand-up skills that we do, and we incorporate it into the ground as well with our karate. So just a mixture of everything.
When you're preparing for a fight, you just had a fight recently for V3, defended your title, won easily in the first round. You're not only working out here, but a couple of times a year you go down to Dallas, right?
Yes, sir. Like I said, that's who we're affiliated through with our jiu-jitsu, and we go down there quarterly. We try to go down there as much as possible. That's who we get our rank from, and then we have seminars with them, and you know, we learn a lot of good things from them. So
you have great leadership and great coaches here with Fred Fisher, with what they do here. I know you know Thomas Vasquez pretty well.
Yes, sir.
What is it like to have all these great fighters and minds of the MMA game in your corner?
Without them, I definitely don't think I could do it, you know, especially with them being in my corner during the fight. They see so much I don't see, and working with them on a daily basis, I can trust them and not have to worry about, oh, well, if they tell me this, and you know, what if this happens? When they tell me something, when I'm in the cage, I try to do it the second that they tell me, because I have full faith in them. You know, I'm with them every day, and I know that what they're saying is real, and they have legit skills, and they know what they're talking about. So it's good to have that kind of faith you know, with your team and with your coaches. And like I said, this is the only martial arts gym that I've consistently trained at and that I've ever been at. So, you know, they're my family.
You're also a police officer for now a year and a half in Horn Lake. What's tougher?
Well, that's kind of hard to answer. I would say, I mean, they're both definitely different. You know, I get up and I put my uniform on and I go work 12 hours a day and then I come here at night. So they're just different.
Have you ever had to chase down a bad guy and use any of your MMA skills?
No, not yet. You know, I'm hoping I won't necessarily have to, but if it comes to that, then, you know, I'll definitely do my job and do what I have to do. But, you know, I tried to talk my way out of situations first.
Use your noggin first. All right, let's talk about your future. Obviously, you've been so impressive fighting for V3 and doing what you've done inside the V3 cage. Professionally, what are we looking at here? Because I know you want to turn pro one day.
Yes. Professionally, my first fight, I would love for it to be with Invicta. I know that they've got their eyes on me and they know who I am. And, you know, I put in the work and I train really hard. And I think with a few more amateur fights, I think that hopefully I'll get the call from Invicta and they'll say, hey, you know, we've known about you for a while and we want you on our card. And that's definitely my goal. And
they are unique because?
They only have women fights. I know the UFC is very well known. They have a lot of males. You know, they just recently introduced women into their divisions, but Invicta is the only worldwide organization, yeah, that has women only. So,
what are you most proud of inside the cage?
That's a hard question. Being able to know that I've trained my butt off for 7 weeks and, you know, I deprive myself of sleep and I deprive myself of food and I break my body down and I train really hard, and then just being able to get the win and it all be over and then all my fans and my family and friends cheering for me, I think that's what makes it great.
And have this draped around your waist, right?
Yes, that's always the plus, yeah.
Champ, always good to see you. We're looking forward to the day you turn pro, and
yes,
keep up the good work.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.